Good morning, everyone. Something went wrong somewhere. Have to do it again. Part 6. Chapter 6, Part 5. Principles of Love. How to love the whole universe, the earth, and all of its inhabitants. That's a good question, isn't it? Yeah. I've got everyone in today, so I need to get some water. I want to let you guys think about that for a moment. How to love the universe, the whole universe, including the earth, and all of its inhabitants. Oh, where do I go first? Right here. I found when reading up on the history of Earth, especially the path of humankind, one comes across all kinds of things that you have to say, whoa, what went wrong? What went so wrong? How come certain natural principles that are very clearly laid out by the principles of creation and the principles of love have gone so astray? And of course, most people say, well, the principles of love you're talking about. Okay, the principles of love is anything that has to do with your heart to mind when it comes to growing through the 3 growth stages of a human being's life. Growth period, formation period, growth period, and then the perfection. Right? Formation stage, growth stage, perfection stage. Right? Someone like me at my age should be where? Yeah. Okay. Am I there? Well, guys, I'm trying really hard. And I'd like to see others going that way. What I found to be a really great exercise when it comes to that is to read up on all different types of people, their land, and on how their society is built upon what it is built of and upon of. Huh? Does that make sense? And it's very interesting. Amazingly, scrolls and things on papyrus and other ways of recording that was done at the time. Huh, buddy? There is a lot of information out there. People who, at that time, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, actually kept journals. So we have a lot of information on where a nation and its people originated from, then how it formed, how these people, the nations with its people formed, And then the growth periods of them. Okay? Yes. I'm not sure if one could say, I'd say yes, where a nation and its people start growing towards the perfection level, right? Yeah. Oh, is there a country out there? I think there is. I really do. I think it's ours. I really do think it is ours. If you go and look, I'm not going to explain everything here. If someone's interested, they can go and check that out on their own. Because I can talk here for hours and hours and hours and hours. And yet still not get through, right, to someone's mind unless you have the experience. When you suddenly go, oh, wait a second. Wow, that is very interesting. When you think on how much we have actually restored in this country through the sacrifices of many offerings of many lives, okay, we should never trample around on. That's not acceptable. Shouldn't be acceptable to anyone. Then we find that our country has done relatively well when it comes to its growth period, which is also a restoration period, which the perfection level is still, per se, also a part of that. But once a country and its people reach a perfection level, then it becomes also what? The best example to everyone else. Yes? Yeah. One could have something this to say about it, and that to say about it. But that's basically what I found through studying many different nations all over the world. Oh, you don't need that much water. Let me give this old dude here a little bit more. And I have come to that conclusion. And of course, I came to that conclusion by not just work with on what is here, per se on earth to work with, but also with reading the Bible, reading the divine principle, and gaining greater understanding, deeper understanding on what it is going to take. What actually does it take to love the whole of the universe, which includes the earth and all of its inhabitants? Yeah. So the one thing is a clear understanding of what it is to have a heart to mind. You can have an IQ of 180 and yet still say something as insensitive and untrue that Americans deserved 9/11. That IQ is just right there. It is nowhere else. Right, buddy? There is no heart to mind. The heart's not engaged with the mind when that is present. So, yeah, that's your IQ just because, oh, you're considered not? No. Yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your IQ is if your heart's not engaged. That kind of simple, isn't it? Yes. James, friend, is here. They're going to cut some wood. He's 70 years old, 71, 72 years old. And, yeah, he's here to help, and it'll be a good day. And he asked me yesterday, kind of the conversation, he says, so what would you want to go first? Your heart or your mind? Your brain? I said, well, that's an easy one. Of course, the heart, because the brain goes, your heart still pumps, you can still breathe, you become a vegetable. Right? But if your heart goes, then that's it. You're going home. So yeah, that was an easy one. Well, how about you? Would you want your brain to go first or your heart? Yeah, see? When one just thinks a little bit about these things, then you suddenly going, wait a minute, I think I just found a very clear path. I just found a real clear thought that does connect me, not just my heart to mine, to God's heart, to God's point of view. And then of course with they call them epiphanies, right? The light bulb goes on or something. And then guess what? Well, that's light, right? Even epiphany sounds like woo. And it automatically elevates you. Right? That depends on what you do with it, but still, you experience an elevation into embracing, loving the whole universe with just one clear thought. You are doing that. Then you're embracing the earth and its inhabitants because you're willing, right? Yes. Oh, so do we have to accept everything? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Right? When you are around plants and animals, you realize that you can talk to them all day long, and all they do is look at you and go, mm-hmm, gotcha. Now I'm going to follow my instinct, right? Going to follow what I'm here for, what I've been created for. Oh, that's a good lesson, isn't it? Yes. All right. And if they have the proper care, if they're kept properly, wildlife or domestic animals, you will get the absolute best results out of them. Every time. All the time. Never changes. Ever. Never. Ever. And sometimes certain weather comes along, you have to just be aware of it. I had a friend here and make adjustments. I had a friend here, he's passed away now. He could look at the mountains. He's lived here all his life. Right? 49 years he's lived here. All his life. And he'd look at the hills would be sitting there, talking, he looks at the hills, he says, it's going to rain in about 30 minutes. I think you need to go home. Oh, are you sure? Yeah, so I can hear it coming already. Or he'll look at the mountain, he says, it's going to be a hot one. I said, how can you tell? I said, well, you see all that? Right there? I'm going, no, I don't really see anything. Well, I can see it. So he had this, right, lived in one place all his life and watched his surroundings, became a part of the principles of creation by getting to know his environment. Eventually he could just look at the sky. Yeah, sunshine. And he says, it'll cloud over here in just a little bit. Go, there's not a cloud in the sky. Said, well, you watch. And sure enough, it would. Might take an hour, but it did. No, he didn't look at his phone. What are you doing? You want more? I know you want more, but you're not getting more. You guys are going to stay in all day. And then all night. And then I'll let you out tomorrow morning and see if you stick around. He's the troublemaker. You guys want to see him? That's my troublemaker. Yeah? Yeah? You want to kiss it? No. He says, no, give me, I want to eat it. He's the troublemaker around here. Did you just pull up that lip? Huh? Did you? All right. Well, there he is. I don't know if you guys got to see him or not. Okay, I got to clean up here. Oh, finish up everything. One could have big, long talk about this, and actually I did. Then something happened with the video. I realized, oh, okay. I obviously I didn't approach this in the right way. I think I did all right this time. in how I want to give it, or how it needs to. Spirit world tells me how to give it. So I guess this last chapter, chapter 6, part 5, in the principles of love, how to embrace and love the whole universe, including Earth and its inhabitants, is a journey that each one of us, in a way, has to make on their own. And then when that happens, the people, when something needs to be restored and taken care of, they're going to be able to come together and focus on that properly, to really make a change, a proper change. And these changes over thousands of years, with people actually doing that, has happened. And this country is a great example of that. If people like it or not, that is a fact. And it's something to be proud of, and something we should consider and continue to work on together. Anyway, so that's all for today. God's love and blessings always. Yeah, I gotta embrace my garden a little bit. Go pick some vegetables and all. It's starting to get cooler here. Sometimes that can go real quick. And so things need to be getting done now. Oh, it's always fun too. God's love and blessings always. I will talk to you another time.